boots have people talking. There's something in his shoes. One of these days those lifts are gonna walk all over you.
Nice. All right. Do you really give a hoot about what's in Ron's boot? There's a rumor going around that Governor Ron DeSantis has been hitting the campaign trail with lifts in his boots. Lifts? I'm not familiar with this practice. If anything, I have to slouch to avoid towering over my peers. But I'm told short weirdos sometimes use extra thick insoles to boost their height, when a far better practice is to add inserts into your hair. Recent footage of his weirdly shaped boots has only made things worse, but DeSantis is trying to put the rumors to rest.
What they're trying to say with this is that in your boots, you have heels.
No.
That's what they're trying to say.
Those are just standard off-the-rack Lucchese.
How tall are you, Governor? How tall
5'11".
5'11"? Okay. Why don't you wear tennis shoes and dress shoes?
I do wear tennis shoes when I work out.
Wow, this is amazing stuff. DeSantis is now accused of height appropriation. He's the Rachel Dolezal of stature, the Liz Warren of tall tales. But obviously the real point to the story is we live in a society who falsely believe that tall people are more competent and happier than short people. I disagree. Look at these guys. And sadly, that little guy will never be president because he's dead, but he's also short. Adam.
Yes.
Are we shallow? Are we a shallow people for making this a story?
This is not a real story. I mean, it's too bad he's boycotting Disneyland because he can finally go on the rides. But, I mean, I just think that, he's adding 3 inches, vertically, and Chris Christie needs to take off 30 feet horizontally. But, look, people lie. I mean, women, they get fake butts and implants and fake eyes. I mean, so he could add... I mean, even Trump said he was 6'2", 215 pounds. And I'm like, yeah, okay, and Lizzo's bulimic.
Yeah.
Or Greg Gutfeld says he's 5'5". I'm 5'3.5", and you're barely taller than me at all.
All right. So do you think, Kat, that we will never have a short president purely because photo ops? It's like people, like when they see Trump towering over Putin, that matters. And when he was next to Kim Jong-un, that matters. You can't have a short president.
I would say never. I think that it would be better if he just owned it, though. Mm-hmm. He was like, I wear heels, because the headline was like, he's probably wearing heels. That would never happen to me because I just expose myself. Mm-hmm. Nobody would be like, her hair is probably fake, or her bra is probably padded, or she probably wakes up every morning looking like a young Macaulay Culkin. Because I've already been very explicit about the fact that it is, and I do.
Kennedy, do you believe that he's wearing inserts?
I do. I absolutely, 1,000%.
Really?
Because in the modern era, we haven't had a president shorter than 6 feet tall. James Madison was 5'4", but that was at a time when most people were 4'11". So he actually was a giant.
Do you think, is Carter over 6 feet?
Carter is 6'8", weighs a ton. Sorry, that was George Washington. I take that back. Same age though. Every modern president has been tall and they have hair. And DeSantis has hair, but he's not short. Like 5'11" is a respectable height.
Yes.
You don't have to try to be, but maybe people are like, oh, he's actually 5'7". But you don't wear the complicated lifts because the toes curl up like elf shoes. And then he walks across the stage like he's Sideshow Bob and Flippers. And I was rooting for him, for what it's worth.
They're like the shoes that stick out under the house in Wizard of Oz. All right, Tyrus, as a tall person, would you ever vote for a short president?
We have a tall president right now, don't we?
Yeah.
And the answer is yeah. This is a huge red flag. Mm-hmm. And I hope this is just them just teasing him because of his boots don't quite fit right. But if he is that insecure as a man to put lifts in his shoes and try to trick everybody, that means that that's just one little thing that he struggles with. We can't have a dude like that in the White House. Because if you are that insecure to where you're trying to trick people in a horrible way. Like, we haven't even balanced the way to do it. He's wobbling all over in his boots. Like, he didn't even practice. Like, he just decided to trick everybody. Well, we don't like that in America. If you're going to do it, you got to do it right. You got to be like Juicy Smollett. You got to rehearse. You got to bring the parts together. You got to make it a thing. If the boots aren't fitting right, get wires, bro. You know, surround yourself with little people. You know, like, have all his entourage be around 5'3.5".
It's hard for me to do that.
Well, plus, how funny would it be if, for all the stuff that he has to say about drag queens, he's been wearing heels this whole time?
Yeah, which would be ironic, and again, another red flag. So, yeah, I hope he's not that insecure.
All right. We tackled that important story. Coming up on screen, Hanky Panky makes Gen Z cranky.